We are almost out of California. Hey, this is Tom with Tom Tech Show, and kind of an update on our moving. It's been quite crazy as we get, closer, about 3 weeks away from hitting the road, getting out of California. We're taking 4 people with us. We got 2 others coming later in the year and another one probably early next year. So 7 people going to be out of California. Every person that I talk to here in California, no one I tell them, we're leaving California. We're getting out of here. Not one person says, why? Why would you want to leave? Nobody. They all say, well, this is my exit plan. I just have to get to a point where I trigger it and I get to go. So everybody's at that point. Every single person that I talk to is at that point. And I'm in Los Angeles, right? I'm in, Ventura County, which some parts are, this is a liberal county. I mean, every part of this coastal area and stuff in California is liberal. And all these people are just fed up with it. They're done, just like we're done. So, I'm sitting here eating my, gluten-free, dairy-free cake and just, enjoying the fact that I'm going to be out of here. So what transpired to get this done was very crazy. So real estate markets, everything going on in Florida is just completely nuts. So what happens, somebody has a house for sale, say the house is worth $250,000. They go, normal realtor action is, okay, we think we can get $250 for it. We'll put it on the market for $270. That gives us some negotiating room. And then we'll be okay. You'll be able to make some money on your property, blah, 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 all that. So people come out from places like California. The house across the way from me, 2 blocks away, just sold for $2.9 million. House on that side over there just sold for $750,000. So I go to Florida and I say, you want $270,000 for your house? Sold. I don't need to negotiate. It's sold. I don't care. It's fine. This is the easy decision. So now you get into escrow. Okay, you make the offer. They accept the offer. It's all good. You get moving forward. You get into where they do the appraisal of the house in escrow. And for whatever reason, as the steps march on, the appraisal in like a 30-day escrow back there, the appraisal ends up being in like the 3rd week of the whole process, which it really should be in like the 1st week so that you can figure this stuff out. Because so you think your house is worth $250, you put it on the market for $270, and the appraisal comes in at $230. So now what do? Either your buyer has to come up with a ton of cash to make up the difference, or you go back to the negotiating table and you try and work out, meet in the middle kind of thing, maybe go down to $250 or something, after the fact, or you drop the deal and you wait, for somebody else to come along, that has a lot of cash that can do the whole deal. So it's very strange market. You'll see a lot of houses back there that they go on sale, they get listed, they sell in 24, 36 hours, they're sold. A week or 2 goes by, boom, they're relisted because, things fall through. People are going out there, they see 3 houses, they drop $5,000 as an interest money in all 3 houses. And then they go and see which one they want. Like they may look online and say, I want this one and this one and this one, and they got to put money down to lock them in. Otherwise, they can't get there in time to be able to purchase the house, right? If you see something, if you're just kind of browsing houses, okay, this is good, yeah, okay, this is nice. And you think, that house is nice. Let's book some flights and fly out there and see it. It's gone already. It's gone. You can't do that. When we went, I looked the day of our flight to go out there. I didn't even bother looking ahead of time. The day of our flight, I got a list of properties. We went there. There was one that was an open house that had been on the market for literally 48 hours. We walked in, saw it. It was amazing. we immediately dropped, I went my realtor, he's got all his paperwork in his truck. We're just over, we fill out all the paperwork, go back, talk to the realtor at the open house and say, listen, we're already packed, we're ready to go. So you tell the owners, we're ready to do this deal like right now. We have no contingency, we're renters, we don't have to sell anything in California, we want to go. And the people who were selling the house, they were moving from that house and they're going to go travel in a motorhome. So that kind of worked in our favor a little bit, because when our appraisal, of course, came in really low, like most appraisals do back there right now, they had already sold all their furniture. So they were really like 2 steps away from going in the motorhome. They really were kind of stuck. So we gave them some money, extra we tried to make it fair as we could and stuff to, we bought actually some of their furniture. They said, do you want any of this furniture? I go, well, we'll take the patio set and the bed, maybe the kitchen stuff. Okay. So, because they were like bailing out completely. So all that kind of worked in our favor, really. And we were able to get that property, get escrow done, get all the other stuff kind of done. The other real problem in Florida that we find is that insurance companies are no longer underwriting anything. So we found, we went through AAA. I think we found one insurance company that they use that was underwriting and providing homeowners insurance. One. So it's really rough. And your house has to be new. Some places, they were talking to my agent that if your home, if the roof on the house is less than 5 years old, that you're not going to get an insurance policy. So you're stuck. You can't get there. So it's just crazy. Everything that's going on with all people moving around and everything else. We're out on a rural area at least, which is nice, and everything else. The one problem we did have coming back was we ate at some, restaurant where we got salmonella poisoning. And that usually takes 5 to 7 days to kick in. So we got back, Mrs. Tech Show was heavy down. You don't even want to know the things that come out of your body when you have salmonella poisoning. You just don't. You don't want it, you don't need it. And we couldn't go to the hospital because we knew that they would diagnose us with the stupid flu. And it's no, it's salmonella poisoning. You don't understand. So at some point, we actually got to our regular doctor and were able to, get through it all. But man, that took us down for a good 2 weeks. I mean, I was not at work for a whole week because it was just, oh my gosh. That was horrible. That was just not something you want to do at all. So now we're at the point where we have Mrs. Tech Show has been busting her butt, and she's got half, or probably, I'd say 85-90% of everything packed. It's in the garage. And now how to get all this stuff from here across the country to Florida. Looking at a couple different things. If you want to rent have other comments and things in other videos. You want to rent a truck from U-Haul, 26-footer. From here, it's $6,000 something just to rent any size truck. If you want to catch a plane, fly to Las Vegas, pick up the same truck, fly there, get an Uber over to where the truck is, pick that truck up, drive it back to California. That's going to save you about $3,000 just by doing that. So then you have to pay for the gas to go across, which is going to end up being, $1,200-$1,300 just for gas to go across. So, and you have to drive it, and it's just going to be difficult. I don't like driving those big trucks or anything. So what are our other options? Well, we tried, U-Pack is one that allows you to do a semi. You can get a semi-trailer and be able to go from, however much you fill is however much your price is. And this ends up being pretty cheap if you're doing, a bunch of rooms and everything else and are willing to pack it yourself. So the issue we had with this method is the trailer, the ramp that comes out of here is really high. I mean, this is a semi-trailer. This is a full-on ABF freight semi-trailer that's parked at your house for you to load. And that thing's pretty high. So the ramp on that thing weighs 175 pounds. And my back surgery, I can only lift 50 pounds. So that's kind of an out, unless I want to get a bunch of people to try and help me get this ramp out. And then we got to load everything up and down the ramp. I'm like, that just is not, the way we're. Then they have these things called reload cubes that allow you to, just pack everything in there, and then they take the cube and put it up on the truck and go away. But these things are bloody expensive. So 14 feet of trailer is $6,000. 3 reload cubes is $12,000. I'm like, heck no, we are not doing that ever. Forget that stuff. So the other thing is U-Haul has some, and these are a little bit different. I think the reload cubes here are all metal all the way around. These are kind of wood framing inside, so they're a little bit lighter, but they do set on the ground, so you're not lifting things up a ramp or anything else. You just take it in there and set it in there. The sizes are about the same, and this is quite a bit more economical. So they bring a flatbed truck with all your U-boxes on there. They got a forklift that they just load it and stick it somewhere in your driveway so that you can load and unload, do what you need to do to get everything in there. So this was a bit more economical. Still going to be over $6,000 for 4 of them. But if we get everything in 3, then they drop the 4th one off and they don't transport the 4th one, which saves, the money of the 4th one. So you have to pay a little bit of money to get it delivered, but then you're not paying for it to go across country. So you pick your number of boxes, tell us when you need it, they deliver it and pick it up, and then they put it in an enclosed semi-trailer across the country to another distribution site on the other side of the country, where they do kind of the reverse. Put it back on a trailer, take it to your site, and blah, blah, blah. So it's pretty flexible to be able to do that, and it's on the ground, so I don't have to be worried about going up and down a ramp or anything like that. So that's the option that we're going with. Our other problems are I didn't want to pay the registration on one of our vehicles. One of our vehicles had the registration due I think it was February, and it's like, I'm not going to pay the state of California, $500 to register this vehicle and have it only be here for a couple of months. So I have one vehicle that is non-opt, so I'm going to actually rent a trailer. I can't find any used car haul trailers. They are just nowhere to be found. Been looking everywhere for a car haul trailer in Los Angeles. I can find scams on Craigslist to try and scam you out of money to get a car haul trailer. I can't find one that's for sale. I can go buy one brand new outright for $2,500, which I don't want to do. But anyway, we're going to haul that. We did buy. We donated one vehicle to Make-A-Wish Foundation, and so that's gone. And then we have a Kia, a little green, one of the green Kia Souls. You've seen those, lime, really green Kia Souls. We have one of those, and that we drive around. That's our kind of daily driver car. And then we just bought Ford F-150 super double cab 4-door ginormous monster thing to pull the trailer to pull the Mustang. So that's kind of what we're taking. I need to have the truck to load stuff in, and I have to build a box in the back of the truck area to put the cats. We have 4 cats that are going with us. So that's going to be a lot of meowing and moaning across the country. So for 6 days or whatever, it's going to be a lot. And I'm probably going to go insane at some point with the cats, but we got to do it. We're getting out of here. So that's kind of the plan so far. It's just been, we gave our, the management company here notice that we're exiting and stuff. And it was very opportunistic because 2 weeks, a few weeks after they sent the rent increase, okay, COVID's going on, people supposedly are out of work, having problems paying for things. Inflation's going crazy because the president's an idiot. and doesn't realize that the price of everything runs on the price of fuel. Yeah, he's a moron. So the management company decides, let's raise the rent. And then they give this whole huge document about how California approved this type of rent increase and everything else. They got to go justify why they're increasing it and everything else. And I'm like, oh, it's to serve you better. No, it's not. It's because you're greedy and you want, money and everything else. Well, now you're not going to have any money. I'm going to defund you because I'm leaving. And probably the next people that get in here are not going to take care of this property, because in order to afford this property, they're going to need like 3 or 4 families in here to do it. So, because I know once we leave, they're jacking that rent up another $400 or $500 where they want to go with it. So, I feel sorry for the people that move in here. Woo! Not going to be easy for you to afford this place. But we'll be out. We'll be out of here. We'll be gone. Sitting on our property. Nobody around us in Florida. Nobody nagging us. Nobody saying anything. Cleaning my guns on the back porch. I'm so looking forward to it. You don't even know. CalExit has begun, and so many people, I think like the last, I needed to get rats and mice to feed the snakes. We got to feed the snakes before we go so that we can, wrap them in. They have to go get through, disposing of the rat and then wrap them in, pillowcases, and you can stick them under the seat for the journey across, and they're fine. They won't do anything for days and days and days. But I had to go pick the rats up, and I'm there, and I said, well, this is going to be the last time we're going to get, rats. And he's like, are you getting rid of your snakes? I go, no, we're getting out of California. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. He goes, so am I. Shocker. So everywhere you go, I don't know how this state is going to survive, because people are leaving, like seriously leaving. It's just crazy. I can't, like I said, every person that you talk to here either wants to leave, has a complete exit plan that they're just waiting to, have whatever trigger, boom, we're going. Some friends of ours are wanting to move to Tennessee. They're about ready to go. Some others want to move to South Carolina, and they're just waiting. One of them has a elderly mother that, they're waiting. She's going to kind of pass away probably here in the next year or so. Once that's done, boom, they're out. So it's crazy. I don't know if California is really going to be ready for only having super rich elites and basically, migrant farm workers as who's left, because everybody else in the middle is going to go. We're all just going to go. So there you go. We're close. I think we're like 3 weeks from going. I'm going to be doing videos all along the road, so you can kind of follow us along as we head across over to Florida through all the different states, everything else. Should be fun. Getting there. I may be completely insane at some point in the truck with the cats meowing. I took one to the vet to get its checkup because they all need rabies shots and everything to get out of here and stuff. And man, that thing was meowing, just hauling, just oh my gosh, it was crazy. But anyway, there we go. We're heading out. Are you heading out of Florida, out of California? Maybe to Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. A lot of people are moving, out of here. Maybe to Montana, Idaho, different places. Just everybody getting out of these coastal states. Craziness. See what happens. All right. Thanks for watching this. Take care.